I bought that cabin for one reason, to disappear. No neighbors, no noise, no rules, just trees, wind, and silence. So when a shiny SUV rolled up my gravel driveway one morning and a woman stepped out holding a clipboard like a weapon, I knew instantly peace was officially over. I didn't know her name yet, but something about her posture told me everything I needed to know. This was an HOA Karen, and she wasn't here to say hello. She didn't introduce herself. She didn't ask permission. She walked straight toward my porch, scanned the property, and announced, not asked, that my cabin was in violation. I laughed, honestly thinking it was a joke, but she didn't laugh back. She adjusted her sunglasses, flipped a page on her clipboard, and said the words that still give me chills. Your property now falls under HOA jurisdiction. Now here's the thing. This cabin has been here for decades. No HOA, no shared roads, no community, just land and history. I told her that. She smiled like she'd heard that excuse before and said, boundaries change. Then she started listing fines, landscaping violations, exterior paint issues, fire safety concerns, things so absurd they sounded made up. According to her, I already owed thousands in back fees. Before I could even respond, she pulled out her phone and started taking pictures of my cabin, my porch, my windows, my fire pit. I told her to stop. She told me it was standard procedure. That's when I felt it, that knot in your stomach when you realize someone is trying to bulldoze you with confidence and paperwork, hoping you're too confused to fight back. Over the next few days, the pressure escalated fast. Official-looking letters arrived in the mail, big words, bold warnings, deadlines circled in red. One letter mentioned the possibility of a lien. Another hinted that the HOA could temporarily assume management of non-compliant properties. Translation, they were testing how scared I'd get. And for a moment, I'll admit it, I was rattled, because when someone throws legal language at you with authority, doubt creeps in. What if I missed something? What if she's right? But something didn't sit right. So instead of panicking, I started digging. First stop, my property deed, then county records, then old boundary maps, and that's when the story cracked wide open. My land wasn't just outside the HOA, it was legally protected from future inclusion. A clause buried deep in the original filing made it crystal clear. They had zero authority over my cabin. Zero. So why was she so confident? That's when I made a few calls. A property attorney, the county zoning office, even a clerk who'd been there long enough to remember when the HOA was formed. And piece by piece, the truth surfaced. This wasn't a mistake. It was a pattern. She'd been targeting isolated properties, cabins, older homes, owners who lived alone or off-grid. She'd show up unannounced, claim updated boundaries, throw around threats of fines and control, and pressure people into signing voluntary compliance agreements. Once signed, boom, HOA authority locked in. Legal, permanent. That's when my fear turned to anger. I sent a certified letter demanding proof of jurisdiction. I included copies of my deed, county maps, legal references. I CC'd the county, my attorney, and the HOA board. I didn't threaten, I documented. And suddenly, everything changed. The emails stopped, the letters vanished, and then, like clockwork, she came back. This time, there was no clipboard, no sunglasses, no confidence. She stood at the edge of my driveway and suggested we'd talk things through like adults. I let her talk and dig herself deeper. Then I calmly told her I'd uncovered the pattern, the complaints, the false claims, the illegal expansion attempts, and that every single detail had already been reported. Her face drained of color. 2 weeks later, I got an official letter from the HOA. All violations rescinded, all fines canceled, a formal apology for the misunderstanding. And not long after that, I heard through the grapevine that she was removed from her position after multiple homeowners came forward, people who'd been too scared to speak up until now. Now, when I sit on my porch at sunset, listening to the woods breathe, the quiet feels different, stronger, earned. Because this wasn't just about protecting a cabin, it was about refusing to be intimidated, about standing your ground when someone assumes you won't fight back. So if anyone ever shows up at your door with a clipboard and a smile that feels wrong, don't panic, don't sign, and don't assume they're telling the truth. Because sometimes the most shocking thing isn't what they try to take from you, it's how fast they disappear when you push back.